tell you, shut the fuck up and do it. Okay? Again, if this is a lesson to anyone, just don't overplay your hands, because somebody will call you bluff. All right? Anyway, we definitely got to talk about this Brittany Renner episode. Oh, boy. Never in a million years would I have thought that this Brittany Renner episode would have been the second biggest episode of Off the Record. It's the second biggest episode, at least after tomorrow. And in 3 days, it's going to have passed the interviews or episodes I did with 21 Savage, Soulja Boy, with, who else? Kodak Black.
See, this is what I don't like about him. He's trying to live off past glories, I guess, you know, past celebrities that he's been in proximity to. And notice that he is making a come up on the back of a woman. He disgusts me.
It's going to pass all of those. And it's really because, and this is why, you know, I remember saying to people, the dopest thing about me and my platform and why I know I'll always win, because conversations that people claim they don't want to see, I know they do want to see. Like, for example, I knew putting Whack and 6ix9ine together is going to create the moment. Most people are in their own way. First of all, I'm here for content. I'm not here to be a real nigga. I'm here for content. These days.
Now, you heard he said he's here for content. He's not here to be a real ninja. As if anybody ever thought he was a real.
Brittany Renner represents, for a lot of people, the new mindset of the updated, independent, sexually liberated woman. I could do what I want. I could say what I want. I'm a feminist. I could have it my way.
Now, basically, he is saying that if a woman doesn't give a fuck about you, she's not going to be a ride or die chick. She's going to treat you like the simp that you are. She's going to get the bag from you, and she is going to take her pleasure. She's a feminist. She's the new independent woman, throwing out all these dog whistles. You know, these males have been out here slumming and doing some of the most slut bucketish shit out here. But then when a woman does the same, or even less than what they're doing, then they want to throw her up there and shame her. Again, the do as I say, not as I do. Or some of these men are jealous because they wish they could do what she do. They want to be a bad bitch.
Now, you know, if you watch trends these days, and I watch a lot of them on YouTube, like there's a bunch of, there's quote unquote a manosphere popping up where it's these YouTube channels where people are trying to restore the voice of men. Because again, these days, it's not about talking to each other. It's about being an echo chamber. So, for example, on Twitter, I remember the very moment when people started trending, don't give so-and-so a platform, people didn't want to hear opposing opinions anymore. They just wanted to hear what they thought. So, if you go on Twitter these days, you know, and by the way, I consider myself a feminist, you know, just by according to the definition in.
Now he's talking about people petitioning to take people off of platforms because they are bashers. They are black women bashers. And he sees nothing wrong with bashing. He says it's a difference of opinion. And I think he made a mistake here by calling himself a feminist, because he is not a feminist. Feminine, yes, he is very feminine. You can look at those hands, very delicate and feminine hands. He's a delicate and feminine bitch, not bad bitch, but bitch. And we'll continue.
In a dictionary, I know it's been reimagined to be some other stuff, but it's mostly, hey, okay, we got to get women equal rights, which is all dope. And then it goes a little extreme, and it's usually like, yo, these niggas ain't shit. Fuck these niggas, and matter of fact, fuck these gender norms or relationship norms. Hey, why can't you fuck like a million niggas and still get wifed up by this person? And why can't you do this? And it's changed the mindset of a lot of people, especially like, in the audience that Brittany Renner has.
Now, he wants to sit up here and say, well, why can't they? I mean, honestly, they have been putting out this energy and this music for decades. About, doing drugs, having sex. If they're going to do drugs and have sex with the bad chicks, doesn't that mean that the women have to be available there for the men to have sex the way they claim they are, the life they claim they're living in these songs? Don't there have to be women there for them to have sex with? Talking about you only get the bad B, the red bone, yellow bone, light skin, preference, all that stuff. Don't they have to be there to engage in that activity that you're saying in your raps, unless you're perpetrating and lying and bullshitting? This is not the culture that is feminist. This is not a culture that came from women. This is a culture that came from men. This is what they've been saying that they want and they like. They don't want a relationship. They don't want marriage. They're leaving sperm here, there, and everywhere. So these women are like, well, this is who you are. This is what you're saying that you want. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm going to just charge to the game and let me jump in. And now you want to be mad at her because what? I'm confused at how these men feel like you have a Kevin Samuel saying you need to give it up on the third night, but then you're being labeled a thought and a whore if you do it and you were supposed to be a virgin. Like, make this shit make sense.
So bringing my audience and her audience together was a great thing. This is where it got really interesting. And if you really ask me my whole stance on it, I'll give you my whole stance on what she said completely, and then I'll give my stance on her. Even watching the Brittany Renner episode back again, I won't say accountability. Women in 2021 completely believe there are no repercussions to what they do. They don't believe that there are consequences to what they do.
For the past, 4 decades, there's been consequences to what women do. That's single motherhood and poverty. That's what the fuck the consequences are to what you do. It's AIDS, HIV, and STDs that you can't get rid of. That's been the consequences of women engaging in this. Women have a lot more to lose and it can devastate their life. And we have seen that in the Black community where this shit is rampant. But to set up here and say that to get a high value man, you need to be trying to prove you're a wife and having sex on the third night, but there's consequences if that man says he's going to exercise his options and push you to the side, doesn't want you anymore. Then you go to the next high value man, have sex with him in 3 days. He pushes you to the side, exercise his options. You go to the next high value man and he pushes you aside, exercise his options. Now you're a thought. Now you're a hoe. Now you're used up. You should have been on your knees praying, hoping, and looking at the constellations and stars and fucking crystal balls to know that this man wasn't about shit. Oh my God.
Or what they choose. I'll give you an example. And by the way, I went on Fresh and Fit. Salute to my guys. Probably a couple weeks ago.
Side note, with Fresh and Fit, there is literally a video out there of him trying to use his platform to solicit women to sleep with him. One of them, Fresh or Fit, I don't know which one it was. But yeah, if you go into YouTube, there's a video out there talking about how a preference, mind you, a preference Caucasian woman, and how she was trying to collaborate with Fresh and Fit, and how he was trying to say that, you know, he interviews only the women who, you know, will be with him. But you're supposed to be a virgin. You're supposed to be with them and be a virgin. I don't know how you can do that. Let me know in the comment section. If you know how to do that, let me know. Deviance.
And I was confronted by a panel of women. And essentially, these women were saying, hey, nigga, get up with the times. Of course, I could fuck 20 niggas on camera. I'm getting the bag now. I'm doing all these things. And yes, most dudes should want to wife me. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
That is how it works. You go out here sleeping with women, spreading your seed everywhere. You are a baby daddy and you expect a woman to, like a Sierra or, you know, a Jada Pinkett Smith, go ahead and take in your children and to be this loyal wife type to you when you've been out here being a slut bucket. Future was talking about he want a wife, but he has 59 kids with 42 women. And I'm sure he doesn't say anything about Future. So many men, you know. Maury has made a living off of this degenerate behavior. This man has been brought here 5 times with 9 different children. You know, I mean, wow. The nerve. The fucking audacity.
You give up and you risk things. Let me say it like this. With most men, we usually accept the consequences to whatever we do, right? Like, for example, yo, if you're a short motherfucker, you got to make sure you probably make a lot of money. You know why? Because if you're short, damn, there's going to be some woman that's going to skip out on you. And by the way, same thing for fat. Like, shit, if you're a fat ass nigga, hey, make sure you get in the bag or something. Because the world the world is fair. Where if you made choices to not work out or whatever, you lost the DNA lottery and you ain't look good or you short, you got to make up for that in other ways that you could be competitive in a dating field.
Now he's talking about himself because I don't know his height. He looks short sitting in that gaming chair. He looks like he did not win the gene pool lottery, and he has very feminine hands. He's giving off that feminine energy. Now he's talking about himself and everything that he said there. And he said men take accountability. Where, when, how? I need a picture. I need a Snapchat. I need a TikTok video to show the responsibility that has been taken. I really do. I mean, I'm sorry. You got kids out here being ate up because dad's not there to protect them. You've got women in perpetual poverty. Not just black women, of their lack of responsibility and a lack of accountability. There is no accountability on there. Just the lies, the delusion. This is what they create. I just wonder about people like this. They can just create things in their mind and then just speak it like it's true.
I personally think for women who are like Brittany Renner, hey, You have made your bones and you've made a living off of exposing men, talking about your sexual escapades. You've done all these things. You fucked a bunch of like celebrities. You've now got some social fame that you could finesse for bags, and you're making now a good income. But you can't possibly think that the regular and the average dude, and this is part they'll never accept. Most dudes ain't gonna look at you like, oh, this is the girl I'm proud to wife.
Okay, I wanted to stop here. Now, he had the nerve to talk about how many men she'd been with, saying exposing men. She didn't expose anybody. She talked about her sexual experience, which she has the right to fucking do. She's an adult. She has the right to talk about her experiences. And these men wanted to have the experience of Brittany Renner, and she made a bag. He sound like he's a hating bitch, not a bad bitch. Remember, he's not a bad one. He's just a bitch. And he's hating. It sounds like he's hating because she can easily use her preference looks to get that bag. And there are so many dudes that are lined up who are waiting to put the bag in her hand just to touch her body. Just to touch. Just to be close. And he's mad because he had proximity to a lot of celebrities in doing hip hop, and maybe he's mad because he couldn't smash some of the dudes he interviewed. He is setting up here saying that she can't be wifed. Are you what? Do we need to say Kim Kardashian? Really? Can we say Paris Hilton? What? Nobody's gonna wife them up? Nobody's gonna wife them up, huh? Delusional. There is a dude right now who wants to wife her up. They do. And the expectation of loyalty is disgusting. You're exposing dudes. No, she didn't. She didn't expose anybody. Corinne Stephan didn't expose anybody. They were just talking about their sexual liaisons. And if they don't like it, oh well. Oh well. That's what a wife is for. You give her loyalty, she gives you loyalty. So women don't, oh, these ninjas or these dusty dudes. Shit. What about the average dude? If he doesn't want to wife someone who's been with someone else, that's because he never could get with a woman. He's insufficient funds for anybody. Like I said, they talk about these women like the Instagram models and all that, calling them names, talking shit about the celebrities they have access to, the bags they get, the gifts they get. They mad. They are just mad because they are insufficient funds. And they have insufficient funds to do what these dudes are able to. They wish they were a Colin Kaepernick. They wish they were a PJ Washington. They wish they had that bag so they could give it to her so they can touch on her. That's all. The hate is real.
So when I was breaking down the side chick thing to her, some people were thinking I was just like either insulting her or reinventing the wheel. No, it's not. That's the consequences of what she did. The consequences of writing a book talking about how you got fucked by multiple dudes, you got fucked by dudes the first night.
Hold up. Isn't this the whole foundation of the dudes that he was name dropping? Like, isn't this what they do? Don't they do that? They talking about they fucking the yellow bone, the red bone, they fucking this chick, the Instagram girl, the model. Yeah, this woman, you know, she on set doing this. Don't they do that in their music? Don't they do this in interviews? Isn't this the lifestyle that this ninja is ingratiated in? Hip hop, entertainment. It's sex all around that bitch. But he's sitting up here talking about a woman who's within the industry participating in that. You shouldn't have participated in that. Like he's mad because he couldn't participate. He was looking on the sideline wishing he could do, squeeze into a Fashion Nova dress and do what she did.
You were thirsty for this and that celebrities, this and third. You have now made it where if somebody else is in a position, and by the way, keep in mind, the type of dude she wants is basically that 1% of dudes. Like, she's not looking for the nigga who works at Walmart.
Exactly. And like I said, didn't I just say that? Didn't I say insufficient funds? Like, he's mad because he doesn't have enough money to touch her. The dude at Walmart is mad because he doesn't have enough money to touch her. The dude at McDonald's is mad because he doesn't have, he has insufficient funds to touch her. They just mad. They are mad because they would be doing the same thing if they had sufficient funds. But since they're insufficient funds, they gonna be on the sideline mad because she let him with sufficient funds touch her, and she won't let me with insufficient funds touch her. And he mad because she wants to work herself up to the 1%. If she can do it, girl, do it. They don't like the talk of hypergamy. They don't like the very thing that these dumb ninjas put out there. They put out there for you to do better. What does that mean? Staying with the educated lame like Derek Jackson and getting the same treatment as the dusty dude. The thug. What's the difference? There's no difference. So now he's mad because she's working within the wealthy circle.
She still wants somebody who's a celebrity. I won't say who, but a celebrity who was a rapper, actually. He told me this. Try not to give away who it is. Damn, I definitely just had to cut out that clip because I introed this next thing I was gonna say wrong because I was not trying to say names, but then I said name. I like accidentally snitched. Now, anyway, I know this person, right? They're a celebrity in the industry, and this is a dude. Like, he is super confident in himself. He was with a particular lady, and that particular young woman, had an interest in history. I'm not sure if the audience knew that, but she had an interest in history. Fucked a lot of niggas. That's just what it is. Now, at first, this individual, right, was like, I don't give a fuck about her past. Okay, this and third. Now, eventually, they broke up after some time. And after talking to this motherfucker afterwards, he was like, yo, listen, I tried to give this thing a chance. And the reason why I met her is because she probably was around all these dudes, this and third. But it really did get to me that every time we went in the club, every time we went in the studio session, man, there was somebody in there that she fucked.
But yet, the same dude, every time they went to a club, every time they went to a studio session, every time there was a video made, every time there was certainly females that he fucked around. This weak ass bullshit game that they try and play, and they try and talk, and they try and lay on women. I see why, people call them the white men of the black community. It's so lame. It's so weak, but it's noticeable. You're trying to shame a woman because she had certain experiences, and most of the time it doesn't even rival what you call yourself out there doing unless you're insufficient funds. Now, it's hard for him to accept her past, but you are supposed to accept their children, their baby mamas, and their past, right? And their drug use, their abuse, all of that. Accept all of that, their trauma, their mama issues, baby mama issues, and daddy issues. And he said he just can't. I believe in keeping that same energy. If you see a dude, if you see a slightly pink flag, you should take off. and not deal with bullshit. The cheating. I hate to hear when women have been cheated on and saying, there was this situation and then the 5th situation and then the 18th. What the fuck are you staying around for the second situation to happen? I mean, you keep giving this person chance after chance, benefit of the doubt. They keep fucking you over and you act like you don't understand or get it. But with them, they like, oh, this didn't even have anything to do with them. This was in the past. And they're mad because she had sex with someone and then they saw someone she had sex. She's not with them anymore. That's her ex. You're her current man. Why does it even matter? And I've heard that dumb shit in the black community. But yet you have dude with a child on every fucking block within a 50-mile radius. And that's okay. Men, do this, try and attach this to masculinity. It's not. It's disgusting.
I think that's what a lot of women these days don't want to accept and admit. So Brittany Renner's legacy is going to be that she fucked a bunch of rappers. Like, I could say it to her face and she will just act like I didn't say it, And
his legacy will be he wanted to fuck a bunch of rappers, but he couldn't. So these rappers, a lot of these rappers are colorist. They do drugs. They're abusive. Baby mamas here, there, and everywhere. The nerve.
But that's your legacy. That's will just act like I didn't say it, But that's your legacy. That's why you're you. Now, some people just won't be able to accept that. And I think she's coming around to say, hey, listen, you have to be able to tell me now if you could accept it. Because what happened with the PJ Washington movie, if you ask me, like, she tried to change herself up. She admitted, she said, I try to be a good girl. I try to be like wifey. And I try to be something that could make him proud. And in the end, like, she didn't really say, but I'm assuming she's pretty much saying the nigga either cheated on her or, as she called it, wasn't a good partner. And now she feels stupid because she changed herself for a nigga who basically wasn't going to forgive her for all the bullshit she was doing before. And that's just one of the things I just keep trying to tell women. It's like, listen, you wrote a book about fucking a bunch of dudes. Like, listen, you got to find that unicorn of a nigga who's gonna deal with all the bullshit and all the, like, you can call it, that's low dick energy, that's low vibration. Women say all type of bullshit when they want you to accept their, baggage. Oh, wait, you seen a bunch of videos of me sucking off 10 niggas and getting trains ran on me? Like, if you can't, like, deal with it as a man, you got low dick energy.
And I agree. You do have little dick energy. You exactly do have little dick energy when you can't accept a woman for her past, but a woman is supposed to accept your bullshit. Don't act like you out here squeaky clean and you don't have a fucked up mentality or a bunch of bags dragging behind you and a bunch of children. The bags aren't dragged because the bags are with the mothers of the children. The bags are with the mothers of the children and the string is just connected to you, but you have a lot of baggage as well. But oh no, I can't deal with you. I can't deal with that in my mind, but a woman is supposed to deal with it. Look, women, I mean, if there's anything to learn from this, it's, be very critically selective. Stop having a heart for potential and stop, saying you're going to love him through it, ride or die. Sitting up there listening to Tupac, Me and My Girlfriend, all that bullshit. No, it needs to stop.
Like, what type of fucking grade school logic is that? No, shorty. I just don't want my chick to be used and been on record, especially video, fucking everybody in the world. Again, in this new mentality, they won't get it. Okay? So I think that Brittany changed herself for homie, and then he fucks up, and then she regrets changing herself, And I think that's what we see with a lot of women like her. You know what I mean? Like, they all eventually want to be wifey. And even though she was sitting on the couch next to me, like, nah, they got to accept me for me. Brittany says she was falling in love. But here's the thing, though. If you were really seeking love, you wouldn't be writing a book. And that's what I was trying to tell her about a side chick thing. Yo, Lori Harvey is wifey. Okay? And when I was saying wifey pussy versus side chick pussy, wifey pussy don't gotta write books. Wifey pussy gets acknowledged. Wifey pussy is around. Wifey pussy's gonna be with the nigga. You're not just like, yo, meet me in this hotel and whatever, wham, bam, yeah.
Now, listening to him talking about, like, this is an issue that I have, and I don't like to hear it, and I notice a lot of men, and not just dusty dudes say this, but these educated lames say this as well, talking about a woman and then calling her vagina, basically. Because that's all they see her as. They see her as body parts. They see her as just a sexual organ that they can stick their sexual organ in. And there's no regard for the woman and the person that she is. It's disgusting. Like I said, these ninjas snitch on themselves. You know, you can get a lot of information from them, their character and the things that they say and how they say it and how they see, if you would just listen to them and let them talk. Let them run their dumbass mouth, and you can see just dusty. The nerve of him to be sitting up here trying to give advice to women. Now, what is this bullshit with men trying to give advice? They want women to sit down and listen to them. You need to be a virgin, but you need to give it up in 3 days. You need to not be out here having sex with all these men if you want to get married. But, you know, I can be out here, you know, spreading my seed around, be having 58 baby mamas and 102 Dalmatians and shit. Just insane. You have to accept my baggage. I don't have to accept yours. You have to be perfect. I don't have to be. Because I'm a high value man. Fuck out of here. And also, a lot of women like her would not mess with a DJ Akademiks. They can smell the femininity on him. A lot of women like her will not deal with a dude who is not high earning or high value. And that's what they're mad about. Okay, he's going to go on to talk about Meg the Stallion and women. He sounds like he's part of the Manosphere, Red Pill area in YouTube. Now, he is setting up here talking about, isn't that what they like? Women who are going to mess around on the first date. I mean, what really bothers me is this ninja is in this industry. This is all the men talk about. Snoop Dogg had 2 women with leashes on them. He is known to cheat on his wife, his good wife who sticks with him, with a lot of these Instagram women and these women who he's saying is ran through and doing videos, but these men keep running to these women, having sex with these women, leaving their wives, being with these women. And he's not talking about that. They will forever never take accountability and responsibility for shit they do. So for women to have this 1940s, 50s mindset of, oh, I'm going to, you know, do this and that for a husband. A lot of these dudes out here are not worth it. They're not worthy. They're out here being community dick. They're out here being street dick, that whatever skirt blows up, they're willing to put it in, you know. They're just talking out of their ass. A lot of them, you know, you don't hear a lot of high value men, high earning men really complaining and saying this stuff. The only thing you see is insufficient funds talking about this. They are the only ones who are mad because a woman is sleeping around, because like I said, Kanye wife Kim, the billionaire who wifed the Playboy model who the world saw her ass out. I mean, there's so many other ones who just have been out there, just legs open, is letting it all hang out, and they've been wifed. And there are high earning men and high value men who have wifed these women, mostly high earning, have wifed these women, and if Brittany Renner feels like she can get one of those high earning men, more power to her. Who are you to police her and talk about her and tell her what she can't get because you can't get her? Fucking insufficient funds. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think. I'll leave in the description box, I will leave a link to this video if you wanted to watch it straight through. There's some things that he talks about that has nothing to do with Brittany Renner, so you want to skip to about the 24-minute mark, and that's where he starts talking about Brittany Renner. But this whole thing with this girl, like, you can see the hate when women actually start dating men who are of means and they don't give a damn. They're out here getting the bag. They don't give a damn. They're out here choosing better, which means they won't be a single mother. They will have the bag and they will be able to take care of the child. When these women are choosing better and being taken care of, then the insufficient funds men, they are angry because they feel like, it's going to become a trend. Nobody's going to want a feminine, dusty, insufficient fund man anymore. And they won't have any options and choices because, in my opinion, they've had too many. They've had too much free access to women and sex and wombs and been given legacies that they don't fucking deserve. A lot of them need to be left out in the fucking snow this coming winter. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.